to my channel. If you are new, please make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video from me, as I do drop multiple times a week for you guys. Before I get into anything, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. That helps me. I can't say that enough, and it's free for you. Just hit that button. Now let's get into vlog number 3 from my leg fracture. I did fracture my lower right leg, which is my dominant leg. Okay, let's get in here. Okay, as you guys could see, I am on the couch. I've always liked to be in the living room, so I just decided to rest here. One of the downfalls on resting on the couch is my couch is kind of low, so I do have to have, like, I don't know if you guys could see this, but it kind of looks, it's definitely look messy, but it's elevated. My foot could elevate. One thing that I will say, I am going into, I think, like 2.5 weeks of it being fractured or whatever, so I'm going to give you guys some updates on what I've been going through and things like that. Well, for one, since it's been fractured, I noticed that now my right leg is starting to be way skinnier than my left leg. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I do have a video appointment this Thursday, so I will be jotting down questions today and tomorrow to ask the PCP, which isn't my primary physician, which I found kind of odd. But anyways, I am going to be talking to some kind of medical professional on Thursday. And then the following week is, I like to say, I've been telling everyone the importance, not to say like not talking to medical professionals isn't important, but the important one is the surgeon appointment, because he's the one that did my surgery. He'll be able to see if I'm healing properly, if things is okay. I have been doing some things. I don't know if it's okay or not, but I will find out next week from the surgeon, but it's what makes me feel comfortable in the meantime. So that's one of the things. One of the things I have noticed is I do have a little bit more strength in my right leg. So it's still very hard. I can't walk on it. Obviously, I wasn't directed to walk on it. There are moments when you do have to put a little bit of pressure. I would say on the heel part, like when I go to the restroom, and then like when I'm sitting down, like, I mean, you have to rest your leg. So, you know, that's a little bit of pressure. It does feel a little bit uncomfortable. I do have more flexibility in regards to, I guess I'm going to show my leg that isn't broken so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So when I'm laying down, I could do my leg like this, but just imagine it lay down, okay? Just imagine it lay down. So I could do that, and I find that to be relieving, and I could sleep. I do alternate throughout the night. So one of the things is, like, I don't have like restful nights since I had this injury, but it's really not inconveniencing me too much because I have insomnia anyway. It's just now I have to care for a fractured leg. So yeah, so I do that, and then so I rotate that, and then I rotate for making my leg straight. One thing I do realize is it is very uncomfortable when my leg is straight. I literally feel like, I don't know if it's my joints, I don't know if it's the hardware in my leg, but it's like I feel my bones doing this or trying to readjust itself. And that's a little bit uncomfortable for me. Also, too, I noticed my left side of my ankle is comfortable to be on, but the right side, it's not. So as I mentioned how I lay, I try to lay that way, like lay on my left side and do the same thing, and I can't do it for a long time. I could do it for a little bit, but not for a long time. So definitely definitely the opposite way works for me, and it doesn't inconvenience me or make me feel uncomfortable or anything like that. Now during the day, I do try to have it straight. Like right now, I do have my leg straight, and I don't have it elevated. I don't know, the doctors say, you know, it's good to have your leg elevated. I don't know if that like is, I know it's to prevent like blood clots or whatever, but also too, like, I don't know if they think that's convenient. And then secondly, for me now at this point, like, it's just better to have it flat as if it's normal. I don't know, that could be my healing process, I don't know, but it just feels better. I don't like it elevated because of that joint thing I told you I feel. So I don't know if that's wrong or right, so don't take my advice. Maybe you guys will get the feedback next Thursday on, I'm gonna tell the doctor what I've been doing. Now, the cast has officially started itching like 3 days ago. So what I've been doing is patting it. And what I found comfort in is, like, when my casts start, to scratch the outside of it. And for some reason, I could feel it like inside my cast. I don't know what that is, but yeah, so it kind of travels out throughout my cast. Randomly, I have been getting sharp pains as well. It's not something that's like, it's just one of those, it's like, what is that type of thing. So I have been feeling that. Trying to see what else. Oh, I do practice every day wiggling my toes. I can feel my ankle, so I try to, I wouldn't say like push inside my cast, but I do try to maneuver inside of it to see, like, can I move an inch or a half an inch or things like that inside the cast. Again, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing these things. When I have been doing a little bit of research on my type of breakage and stuff, and like physical therapy for the most part seems like it's gonna be the end all be all for this. Also too, like the status of your body and things like that, like how much muscle mass you have, if you were an active person before, and things of that nature. I will say mentally, like, I tried to get in the shower the other day, like, because I do have a tub / shower, and I do have a walk-in shower. Both of them, like, okay, so the tub shower, it's really high. Like, I need a shower chair in there, and for whatever the reason, I was slacking while I had help here. My childhood best friend came out here to help me. I just was not ordering the shower chair. I don't know what it was. Injuring yourself and being an independent person, it really does mess with you mentally. So even though I had help here, I felt uncomfortable. And then there was other things going on here that made me feel uncomfortable. I'm just going to be transparent with you guys. We end up getting into an argument, but at the end of the day, we end up apologizing to each other and moving on and things like that. So I'm forever grateful for her coming out here, because I have other friends that have yet to offer to come out here and help me and things like that. So, when you go through things like this, like, it's like the little things you don't really think about, like when I had both of my legs, normal and everything like that, I didn't think about how hard it could be from being in the living room to walking to my kitchen. My kitchen isn't that far. But for me, having one leg, it takes a lot of energy. So, and I can't carry things. And, I like to think this apartment isn't even that big. And it feels like it is huge because I only have one leg. Also, too, I'm not going to be running up and down those stairs and things like that. I wouldn't say I'm terrified of stairs. I'm going to definitely be more cautious of stairs. As I mentioned before, I definitely know that there was some spiritual mojo that played a part into the breaking of this leg. But whatever the reason is, my ancestor spirit guides felt the need, this was going to be a part of my journey. And help awaken things. So I'm not looking at it in a negative standpoint, because I'm one of those believers, when you do negative things to people, that's going to come back on you, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, it does take a lot on you mentally, so just prepare if you or a loved one has gone through it. They're not complaining about, you might think something is like so minor, or, oh, why can't they do this? Why can't do that? But, it's a lot. Even, I had to talk to my friend. I was like, she was like, you can move around or whatever. Yes, I can move around, but it takes so much energy. Like, I'm tired. I literally have checkpoints in my house. That's one thing I do recommend. Have checkpoints in your house if you have multiple chairs. So I have a checkpoint in the kitchen. I have a checkpoint between the hallway. It's like between the living room / first bathroom / my bedroom. And have checkpoints, because when you're on a walker, you know, you're putting all your weight on your left leg, but you also are putting your weight on your right hip. And this is, I'm speaking on my injury, so you could have a left injury, then you'll be putting the weight on your left hip and then everything on your right leg. So just take that. So yeah, it takes a lot on you. And what else can I tell you guys? Mentally, I feel like I am getting a little bit better. I do have my days. Yesterday, I tried to shower. I did tear up a little bit because I thought it would be something so easy. But even though I have a walk-in shower, like the lip to get into the shower and there's no grab bars, I couldn't get myself in there safely. You know, I teared up a little bit because I was like, oh, you know, I'll be able to get into the shower and actually like wash myself properly and things like that. So that didn't work out. So one thing I do recommend, if you don't have a shower chair, if you have a steady gait, if you have like steady balance, as I mentioned, my main bathroom, it's a tub / shower. So what I did was I sat on the lip of the bathtub. And so my left side of the body was in the shower, and my leg that had the cast, it was outside the shower, but my right thigh was on the lip of the tub lip. And I just turned on the bathtub part, like water part, and then I had my loofah, put the soap on there, you know, rinse myself off, then put the soap on, then rinse myself off. I also had like a big cup, like a big cup. I would say if you guys have a 7-Eleven or whatever, that large gulp cup, or if you go to AMC movie theaters, like they're large, like I would say it's their large drink cup, but I would really recommend to get, you know, they have the souvenir cups for certain movies, and I have a Fast and Furious one, and they gave that to me. So, you know, the moral of the story is don't get a paper cup. Make sure it's plastic. And I filled up the water, and, you know, that acted as if I was in the shower and constantly had water pouring on me, as, you know, as a normal person would. And I filled the cup up, drenched it all over. I even washed my hair. Oh man, it felt so good, but it was so difficult. I washed it in the sink. Same thing, cup method. I put the soap on. I sprayed my hair with I have a water bottle. I sprayed my hair with a water bottle, and then I put the soap in my hair. I let it sit for a little bit. Then the cup, you know, I just rotated. You know, I did my left side, I did my right side, then my back side. There was a point when I wasn't getting the soap like towards I would say like this part down. So I did stand up while I was doing it, filled the cup up, and then had my head in the sink, and then rinsed it out, and I was able to get everything out. So that's some tips I do recommend, you know. One thing I do recommend, if you are going to use that method of bathing, which it was fine because I felt really, really good. That's the first time I really felt really good, because all the other times I washed myself in the sink. And I really, you know, of course, you know, I was putting soap on the towel and things like that. You know, I felt fresh, but I didn't feel like fresh. But doing that bathtub method, it did make me feel fresh. As I don't know if I said this in the video, but I did order a shower chair, so I will be sitting in there properly. But if I don't like it, I'm totally fine with doing what I did before and feeling fresh and clean and things. Especially, I'm a germaphobe, so that's another thing that's bothering me too, because I can't be as hygienic as I was before. So I'm learning ways to, you know, still get my needs met, but it's not like up to my standards, but it's good enough for now. So those are some things that I've gone through, but I will give you guys an update maybe after the PCP appointment, for sure the next following week. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. I love you. Peace and blessings.